where we share good news, success stories, business ideas, and we talk about sport, politics, and so on and so forth. And we are here this lovely day also to bring in another of our episode. And on my right hand side, I have my fellow brother, compatriot in this business, Mr. Isa Kombi. And on my extreme right hand side, I have Mr. Anthony Akirimade. And in the building today, we have our lovely guest, number one street fashion designer in Chicago, which goes by the name Maxwell Okoye and by the nickname Plush. And as we continue in this lovely episode, stay tuned and enjoy the episode with us. Mr. Plush, welcome to this new episode.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
We'd like you to introduce yourself to everyone. We know you, but we want you to introduce yourself from better.
So my name is Maxwell Okoye, and I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. And I do street fashion. I do fashion design generally, but I'm heavy on street fashion. So and I've been doing it for like 5 years now. Started from Chicago. So that's about that for now.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
As an entrepreneur, you've been in this for a while, been doing your own thing.
Yes, sir.
I believe you've inculcated some habits in you that you found out that these motivate you, this drives you, this makes you do better at what you're doing. Can you share with us like 3 habits of an entrepreneur or of yourself as an entrepreneur that you think has been able to drive you?
So being an entrepreneur to me, I think it's a very big deal, and of course it depends on what you're doing. So for me, as a street fashion designer, the number one thing that comes to mind is passion. How much love you have for what you're doing. So the second thing is consistency. You just gotta be very, very consistent. When you choose passion, then be consistent. And the next thing is willpower. You know what I'm saying? Because being an entrepreneur, you take all the risk, right? You spend your own money, if it's good, you take the credit. If it's the other way around, you still take whatever comes, that route. So passion first, you know what I'm saying? Like when I started, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a very creative person, like naturally, like by nature, I can put things together and just, So, and I think I proved that over time. Back in my high school, we used to do this thing called Arts Day. So I represented my school, and I came out, the best. So that alone, showed me that, dude, when it comes to being creative, you are the best. You know what I'm saying? So now passion, I love it. Like, it's not even about money. You know what I'm saying? Because when I started this whole thing, I made one for myself. And I was like, I just got tired of, all these ridiculous, people putting things together and trying to, run away with people's money and stuff. So for me, street fashion is about trying to express yourself.
Yeah.
So my motive was to express myself. At first, I didn't care, if people are really gonna,
it wasn't about the money
at all. It was just the passion that I love it. I love putting things together, trying to pass a message. Like I made one like a money bag with a snake around it. So in my mind, I was like, the snake is the hustle. So the bag is the reward, right? So you got to take away the snake and grab the bag. So I'm not just trying to just put things together.
Not just about pictures or anything.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a meaning to it.
And don't forget, the Bible will say, you know what I'm saying? So I did that too. Okay. And on my computer, I just I created a lion image. I put a buck in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And that shit looked so dope to me. I was like, oh my God, this is nice. But, I wasn't thinking about, I was just trying to satisfy myself. I just want to, wear that shit. And when I walk around, somebody can be like, okay.
I love that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
This looks so nice. Mm-hmm. So passion.
Mm.
So now, when somebody say, "Oh, you can actually monetize. You can actually, yeah, this is nice, right?" Because the first one I actually made, so I worried. I was like, it's a nice day, so I was about to go to work. I said, "Oh, let me just get some gas in my car and move around." So I walked to the gas station, right, and this guy I had never seen before just looked at me. I was like, "What's that?" I said, "Well, this is Plushini and I made it and this is my brand." He was like, "Wow, that is kind of nice. Can I have it?" I said, "Bro, it's $50. I was joking. So he was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'll give you $50.
Wow.
Oh, for real?
Mm.
But dude was bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "How you gonna
Fit into this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, "Dude, don't worry. I can do something." Like, I was like, "Oh, what's this guy trying to do?" If it was in Nigeria, I was like, this guy won't use.
I'm going to use and do juju.
A neutral guy, African American guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen this guy before in my life.
Wow.
So I was like, "Okay, cool. You can have it."
Wow.
Like, I said, "No, keep the money, man."
So you took your jacket off
I
and
took
You
it
gave
right,
it to him?
right away and I gave it to him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because dude, he expressed, like, you can see it in his
The
eyes.
love and the passion for what he's saying.
So later he told me, he said, "You know what? I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I'm shooting my video on Friday."
Wow.
So I said, "Well, what's your stage name?" He said, "Black King." I was like, "Black King? Can I follow you on Instagram?" He said, "Yeah, I will tag you too." Man, I like this, man. This is kind of. So we parted ways and I went back to my car and I was like, "Wait a minute, did this just happen right now?" Like, somebody that barely looked just walked up to me, told me he liked my shirt and for real. I was like, "What?" So now it's time to monetize this shit. Let me make a lot and see,
what
I'm
it
saying?
turns into.
So I made a couple, went to the south side,
Sorry.
and people started buying.
Plush, before you go there, because we're still gonna go there.
Okay.
I just want to ask you, because I've had a lot of success story about people, starting from the grass, from nothing to something. I mean, and I've had a lot of encouraging stories. Some are not so palatable, but some are what you can always refer to like good success story. But I want to ask you, the guy you met at the gas station, was the guy like, was that the experience that really pushed you to, okay, can I start doing this?
Well, thank you so much, man. So that's one of it. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that really actually propelled, like, what I made just this, and I worried and I stepped out, and some dude just walked up to me and started saying random stuff about how he likes my stuff, and you know what I'm saying? So that's one of it. The other one was after, people started, talking about my stuff, people started tapping into it, started buying it. So a friend of mine was like, "You know what, you can actually, blow up because Davido is coming to Chicago. Why did you just make something for Davido? He's my friend. I'll pass it to him." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah." I said, okay. But in my mind, I already know it. Of course, I will need to pay a Davido to wear my shirt. It's a business.
Yeah,
but you
business.
offering me this, you know what I'm saying? Like,
An opportunity.
I will pass it. So let me just do it.
Those are the kind of friends we
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need those
Shout out
friends.
to your P, man.
Like a pig.
It's all love, man. I love you, brother. So he said, "I'll pass it to him. That's my homie, man. Just do it. Let's see." I said, "Okay." I went to the lab. I mean, Davido hasn't even started 30 BG. Like, he just said it. He said 30 BG. But he has not done any merch that has that design.
That
Just sound like he decided to do 30 BG. Let me fuck it up a little bit. So, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I made a big 30 BG with Plushini on it. You know what I'm saying? I put the video behind it. You know what I'm saying? And my P looked at me like, "Damn, this shit is dope." I was like, "For real? We're gonna find out." So the video comes to Chicago, and my guy said, "He's here, bro. So the show is tonight. So you better pull up." I said, "Alright, I'll pull up." So I went to the show with my PA. So with the bag in my hands and everything. So the security guy was, "No, you're not going in."
They don't want to make you carry bomb.
Don't
do it.
I said, "This guy is
I have this for him. This is all. I said, we have to see that stuff.
Yeah, then to check.
This is all packaged, man. I don't want to mess it up, man. That dude was like, no, you're not going in until you show us what you got in there.
Wow.
You know, reluctantly, I just brought that stuff in. Bro, behold, when I took out that shirt, the guy was like, hey, take this guy upstairs, the VIP straight. He needs to see, dude, for real. Like, look at that.
Wow.
And he said, before you go, please give me your number.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So I want you to make it. He
Something
doesn't even
for
know what
me.
30 pages are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
so you can make something like this for me, bro. Like, please. Like, what? So in my mind now, the video is another, you know, okay, we're about to ascend to the stage to see the video, right, in the VIP. Of course, I was excited and everything. But on the other side, I was like, this guy does not know.
No me.
Exactly.
Where you coming from?
The love for what he saw was a motivation enough.
Yes.
You see, so that's a plus. Just like you said, like, another 1, 2. I'm like, what? And I said, go upstairs, man. Take this guy upstairs. You need to see the dude. I went there. I saw David. I hugged him and everything, you know. But for a minute, what happened downstairs, you know, got me a little bit like less starstruck. Like I didn't really, I was just, you know, I was just like, okay, cool. But in my mind, I was like, damn,
did this just happen?
this guy just said that to me.
Jeez.
So I wasn't even rushing to say, okay, David, let's take pictures. And I was just like, so I was like, damn. So I was in my feelings. I just gave him like, hey, thanks for coming to Chicago. We hugged and everything. The guy was looking for me. He was like, yeah, man, I told you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, okay. So when after that, I was like, oh my God. So people because that's the best judgment you can get. Whatever business you're into, whatever you're doing, the best judgment you can get is from strangers.
Yeah.
Your friends will never give you the right judgment because they will always be on your side. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. Those are your friends, right?
Yeah.
But when a complete stranger, somebody that doesn't know you from nowhere, tells you something about your brand, then you can actually run with it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so that, I was like, oh my God, this actually happened. Somebody that doesn't know me from anywhere is telling me my shit is dope. I was like, okay. So, that really propelled my, my zeal to do some more. And ever since I started doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, some people will knock you, they will make you feel like you're not doing enough, but you just have to use that,
Keep
convert that to an energy
Yes.
to make you do some more. Because my best friend's younger brother came from Canada, and we were talking. I showed him. I said, "Hey, look at what I've been doing, man. And you live out there, right? I don't think they really have street fashion, whatever.
Street
in
fashion.
Canada, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to introduce that, and I want you to be like connect over there. So whenever I make over here, I can ship it over, to Canada, and you can
You be the sole
spread it,
distributor
you know
there.
what I'm saying? But he was like, you
Man.
can't sell, bro.
Jeez.
And I look at him like, why? He said, because you're not the celebrity, you're not the star, you're not
Wow.
Drake, you're not these, you're
That's
not.
Everybody started somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
tough.
You know what I'm saying? But I get what he said. He was trying to just like, bro, if you're not the star, if you're not known, there is no way somebody's gonna really want to wear your stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, this is street fashion. This is not even about. Bro. I don't know Tommy Hilfiger, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that guy's face before.
Yeah.
Tom Ford, I have never seen anybody that says, oh, this is how this guy looks like. I don't even bother myself trying to browse it or look. Oh, we wear their clothes. We do all that, right?
Yeah.
So, that being said, I was like, bro, you don't even know it. But guess
No
what?
show love.
But you know what I'm saying? He
No
said
more.
it. I said, you don't even know it. So after like 3-4 years, this guy called me like, Actually, can't everybody just say Plush. I said, go send me. I was like, do you remember what you told me that Thanksgiving that I'm not gonna look at how much I've
I've
sold.
made it now.
Look at how many copies I've sold so far. Now you out there in Canada, you calling me now and
Nah.
telling me how far. You know what I'm saying? So that's just
You want to
people will
relate
knock
to
you.
when you're already successful.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
passion and consistency. If you have passion for what you're doing,
Doing.
okay, let me say I'm the first Nigerian that actually started street fashion in Chicago.
Wow.
2018.
That's dope.
You can do your research. The very first
First
person that did.
Wow.
But after people started running to
Running
it.
into it.
Oh wow. But some people were running to that business because they thought, this guy is making a lot of money, man. Solo, man. Nobody, he has no, but you know, I was like,
Oh yeah, they wanted to give you competition.
so when I saw people coming in, I was like, you know, that's cool. Competition.
Competition is
I
good.
wanna
It makes you
compete.
better.
So like, exactly. So I was like, okay, cool. But what I realized over time is they all left the business.
Consistency.
No passion.
No passion.
They came for the money.
They came for the money. They Maxwell, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't it. I was just enjoying myself.
Yeah, enjoying what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just trying to like do some, you know, like create stuff that would make somebody look at me. Wow, that's super cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Plush. The reason why we're asking you all this question is because we want people who are going to have the opportunity to watch this and see this. You know, a lot of people have a lot of dreams.
Yeah.
Like you said, this thing started since you were in high school.
Yeah.
You have this vision, you have this passion. So we asking you this question so that people watching, seeing you here, who have this kind of passion too, this kind of dream, can feel so encouraged to, you know, start it somewhere. I just want to ask you one question. In the field of fashion designing, you mentioned some names here.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention any names.
I feel you.
Yeah. What is it that you really feel like? Because I look at Nigerian fashion society or like the clique, we don't really have this. Like people like you know, while we were back home, what do we buy? Levi's, blah blah blah. Why? But you as an indigenous fashion guru, fashion icon, that's how I'm going to portray you. And I promise you, that's how it's going to be.
Amen.
What can you really say that, yeah, guys, if you want to do this, you don't have to look at this, you have to follow you have to, like a roadmap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to be, if you want to really do well in fashion designing,
Okay.
passion number one, and number two, don't be scared to collaborate.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because in recent time you can see people doing things together. And there's one more thing that you have to, you know, make sure is in place, and that is willingness to always do it. Don't get tired, because sometimes you'll be tested. It could be fake. It could be, you know, some things will not just go as planned.
No go jive.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna that. You know, sometimes you don't even get to sell nothing.
Oh, okay.
And that's not to say that your shit is not good enough, but it's just
Part of
the
business.
phase. So when you are in that phase, if you can't make it through that phase, then you're screwed.
You failed.
You fail for sure. But if you can make it through that phase, like, okay, what's going on, man? Some people will say, Plush, I'm telling you, for just walking around with my shit on every day, I don't care who is coming. I don't care the environment that I am. I'm gonna pull up all Plush down, bro. Some people just look at for that reason. They just this guy, man. Like for consistency, for just being in their faces. They will just, you know, tap into it and test it.
So, in terms of street fashion, like you said, how have you been coping with the active competition? You know, there's ups and downs. There's so many
How
people.
you stay
How do you stay
on
afloat
top
of
of
the
trends?
game?
Yeah, because I try to be very different.
Okay.
I make things that that you cannot imagine. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I started off like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do street fashion majorly, right? But I can do so much.
So much. Okay.
You know
Not
what
just
I'm
street
saying?
fashion.
Yeah, because you know my age range and everything, and what's really popping right now. So, but honestly, to stay on top of your game, you gotta create something extraordinarily different. You know what I'm saying? So whatever people are doing, if you want to recreate it, you create it in a way that somebody's going to be like, what? Okay, like people use skull and everything, right? Do you know what I do with my own skull? I created a skull and I put a dice in his eyes. I put 6, 6. I put 4, 3. And when people be like, what? But I've been seeing people with the skull, they put roses, they
Yeah.
put different kind of, you know what I'm saying? But I put my dice, like a good dice on it. So that has never been done before, bro. I have never seen a skull with dice eyes before, bro.
You had to do something different.
So that is super different.
Okay.
Right? So that being said, just make sure you do something that has never been done before. I think that is how to stay on top of the game. Things that, you know, somebody cannot really
You have to
find,
think
right?
out of the box.
Out of, you know, big time, you know what I'm saying? Like, very, very different.
Okay.
So that's why sometimes when I step out, I'm like,
You look different.
what? How? Somebody was like, how did you even think about all these things?
That's your creativity. That's
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm going to ask you a question. What's an everyday today like for you as an entrepreneur, as a street fashion designer? Like from the start of your day to the end of the day, what is it like? What are things?
Well, I just I keep you know, brainstorming and trying to get people on board. To work with me. Like I said, don't be scared to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Like every day I want to get better. I want to do something, you know, very, very nice. You know, I rock so much. Like I just want to do something that has never been seen before. And besides, in this game, you have to, when you create a name for yourself, like the name Plush, if you look at it in the dictionary, because I played with that, you know, it's just like God. He created us, right? According to, you know, the Bible, right? I believe
Okay,
the Bible.
sorry, if I may cut you a little bit. What is even the real meaning of blush?
Okay. So when I started this game, right, I my name is Maxwell.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sell Maxwell. I wanted something that is fashion inclined. So I said, okay, so I was doing my research, right? So I picked up, like, I created, like, let me say I created like 5 names.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, okay, I don't want to sell my name. I'm just Maxwell Okoye, the regular guy, right? But what I do, I want to give it a name. And I want the name to be outstanding. I want the name to be fashion inclined too, like, in regards to what I do,
Create
right?
an entity.
So I prayed about it, I researched, and I came with the word Plush, right? So I was like, Plush, damn, people they rarely use this word, you know what I'm saying? Let me just do a proper research and see what. So I looked in the dictionary and I saw, you know, a piece of cloth, you know, that's luxurious, that's extremely good. I was like, wow, this is nice. Okay, so what are you gonna do about this now? Are you gonna use just the word Plush? And I was the mindset, you can play with it a little bit. I said, okay. So I was like, what? I speak Yoruba very well, right? I grew up, you know, Southwest. So I was like, Plush. Plush ni. I'm like, no, yeah. Plush ni.
It's really plushy.
Yeah.
Plush ni, not plushini.
Plush ni. Okay, Plush ni. That's nice.
No, I was sorry. I was thinking maybe you took it from Italian.
For Italian, exactly. Now people be like, oh, it sounds so Italian, but you know the root word is plush, right? So I just recreated and I put I to it, plush. So I call it plushini.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of creativity. That's why, like, if you try to, you know, be on top of your game when it comes to street, you have to, you know, you have to be a deep thinker. You have to be able to, you know, recreate. Like, you got to be a little god. Like, you know, keep doing it. Research. Don't just be like, you know, keep researching. Keep getting better in everything you lay your hands on. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I said, okay, let me even learn how to do this shit. Like, apart from creating design, I want to be able to, from my computer to wherever, to make it up. So I started learning, took fashion classes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So learn how to actually start from my computer, put it on a recorder, down to the printer, and print it, and package it, and everything.
And
That's it. So that is extraordinary.
Yeah.
I'm not just a boss. I'm not just the CEO,
You
but
know
I
the-
can actually
you know the process.
I can actually make that shit
Yeah,
very
you know the
like,
process.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, I'm going to hang out with Impactpod. So let me make something super nice for myself. So I just like yesterday. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Like,
Maybe I should do like the guy that met you at the gas station.
You can pull this off for
I'm about to even dig deep into his personal life now, personal finances. I know it's a personal question, but it's part of the success story too. Like from day one till now, how many units can you say you've sold, and what is sales looking like for you, like on a regular basis? Let's say monthly.
okay, so yeah, so I started off using Shopify.
Shopify, okay.
Yeah, so as but you know how it is over here. You gotta, but so far I think I've sold like organically by 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, 10,000 unit. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
but online, yeah, at least for a small business.
For a small business owner.
Yeah,
That's a
for
good figure.
because for me, I've not been able to do too much when it comes to sales and everything, because you know what I'm saying, because I'm trying to get people on board. So now I let me tell you the truth, like I'm behind everything right now. Nobody's doing shit for me. I go online, start up an account, put my stuff on there, people buy it, and that's it.
As an entrepreneur, there are certain things that keeps you awake. You can't just take them off your mind. You've been looking for solutions. You're just trying to get it off your mind, but it keeps you up. So what are the things that keeps you up, and how, even after getting them out, how do you deal with that process?
Well, for somebody like me, like I told you, it has always been, me trying to, look around for opportunities, trying to, but what keeps me awake is the competition.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I go online, I see what people are doing. We're like, okay, it's nice, but they are not on my level. But at the same time, I still be like, okay, these young kings are doing good. Like, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's nice. So I keep flipping through, and of course, I want to get better. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep making something that impacts, like that. Something you can look at it and be like, wow, this is super nice. Something that can, like in pandemic now, right? I can proudly say that I was the only designer that actually made stuff that can actually tell kids about the danger in coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
I made like a smiley emoji, right? And I put a mask on the face, and I signed a Plush. So when I made it for kids, right? So when kids wear this, it reminds them that use your mask.
Mm-hmm.
Now, underneath the mask, you can see the little smiley from the emoji, right?
The emoji.
So that's to say that even though you're using the mask, you can still smile through it.
Yes.
It's just protecting yourself.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, Plush. First of all, the brand Plushini, is it an exclusive name to you, or tomorrow I can wake up and say, I want to do a Plushini brand?
No. That is registered, and I got an LLC on it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
And so like I said, you have to do a lot of research so you don't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to use a name, you gotta pay for a search engine to search to see if it's legit, if you can actually use it. You know what I'm saying? So I did all that. So that's why if you go to Google now, I just put Plushini. You see nothing but me. It's my space.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then secondly, because there's no success story without challenges.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the challenges you faced as a fashion guru?
Yeah.
Or
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The biggest obstacle in this game is bigger than the name. Is you trying to stay relevant. And over time, what I realize is people buy names, right? Gucci, identify with them. Nah, but for me, it's bigger than that. Because I realize that even with the good name and everything, what about the cotton? What about the materials? What do you want to use? Do you want to use a shitty material? you want to use 50-50, and somebody's gonna be like, oh, that should have been for me, man. That man,
It's not that good. It's not the quality is gone.
links everywhere and everything. So I passed through that phase too, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I passed through that phase of man, this cut. So I started learning cotton. I started learning percentage. I started learning like ring spawn. I started learning all these things like so I can be sure of what I'm doing.
Okay.
I just don't want to put that stuff out there and be like, I bought this yesterday. Look at links everywhere. It doesn't make any sense. That's a huge, mess up for a fashion designer. So I started testing. I started, 100% copying, ring spawn. Okay, this is this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I learned the game.